Hey guys, if you really like this episode, please support our podcast by going to talkmurder.com/join and becoming a Talko Supremo. Hey guys, John here. To me, these stories are always the most fascinating, but can also be the most challenging to tell. The hardest obstacle I usually face with stories like these is trying to get myself, my co-host, plus the majority of our audience to relate to the upper-class lifestyle of the characters here within. Trust me, it's not easy. But luckily, I have the two most essential things to help me out tonight. A series of articles from the Vanity Fair and a shitload of alcohol.
Yum. All right, welcome guys to Talk Murder to Me.
That might be my favorite.
That's really good.
drink.
Actually.
I don't know. I don't know if I like this one or the Bahama Mama better. They're tied.
Or
They're
the
both.
one with the bananas that we did with the lobster, the rock lobster.
The Rock
That one's also
Lobster,
good.
Bahama Mama, and what's the Easy Money?
Easy money, baby.
That's right. Because this week's clue was allowance.
Did you guys have an allowance growing up?
I did not.
Really?
Yeah.
I did. It was meant to be the same age that we were. So obviously it stopped when we were like 12, I think. It did.
Like $12 a week.
I think it was every other week.
So you got $12 every other week.
And $1 per allowance was donated to charity.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that idea.
I think they got that from like Rich Kid Poor Kid from Robert Kiyosaki, like the one that was tailored to kids.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were going to say Rich Dad Porn.
No, that would be weird.
Yeah, that's why I was because you stuttered on the poor kid part, and I was like, what did she gonna say? I'm glad you didn't.
Me too. I would still be in therapy.
Yeah.
So we're drinking. So like we said, the hint was allowance. So we're drinking cocktails called Easy Money, which is white rum. No, light rum. I don't know if there's a thing called white rum.
I think there might be, but I'm not sure.
Dark rum, coconut rum.
All the rums.
Grapefruit juice because we didn't have orange juice. We screwed that part up. Lime juice, frozen mangoes with ice, blended all together, and then topped with grenadine, which actually sinks to the bottom.
It's so good. You can really taste the mangoes. And I think it tastes good with the grapefruit juice. I wonder what it would taste like with orange juice. It might be a little bit sweeter.
Maybe, but this is good.
Also, side note, I have not eaten today, so this will be a fun episode, I'm sure.
Drunk Jen?
Mayhaps.
You're not working tomorrow.
I'm not.
Neither
So
am
that
I.
means IHOP. So we've had some requests from people, not requests, but emails and messages asking about the Pee Wee Gaskins episode 2. It's coming, I promise. I know that was a really entertaining episode.
Crazy.
The part 2 is coming. So
Stay tuned.
stay
Patience you must
tuned.
have.
Hopefully next week.
Ready?
Ready? Which, hang on, I will say, guys, Jen does the bongos and sings the song live every time.
Yes, this
Who
is true.
said that?
Heather and Will did not know that you record it fresh every
They're
time.
like, wait,
Really?
you do that
Yeah.
live every time?
And every time at the end of the episode, when John does his
Yeah.
spiel, John does that live every time.
Do you remember when our special guest Rebecca was here?
Oh, Rebecca.
And she was like, that's so much better when it's here in person.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
guys, come
If
record
you,
with us.
Yeah, if you ever come to our live shows that we're going to be having, we are planning on having more live shows, details to come. You'll be able to sing along and maybe bring some surprise bongos with you.
Yes, surprise bongos.
Well, their bongos are surprise bongos. Mine are parking lot bongos. Surprise shots, surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. Before we take surprise shots tonight, I wanted to mention, as you guys know, we covered Taco Supremo Chuck's story last episode, and he reached out and said that he was disappointed that we didn't take a surprise shot. I was too, believe me. I love taking surprise shots. So this one goes out to you, Chuck. Enjoy.
We love doing your episode, and we're so glad that you enjoyed the episode.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, this is you, Chuck. Cheers. Oh, that was rough.
I liked it, but I choked on it.
So I asked the guy the liquor store, I was like, listen, give me the worst tasting shot that you have.
Did you really?
Yeah, and that's what he gave me.
What was that?
I kind of liked it.
He looked at it and was like, this is probably really shitty. And I'm like, I'll take 3.
Not as bad as the pickle vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the worst shot we've ever done. I'm sorry, Jen.
Do you got any guesses?
Hang on, I gotta think about what that flavor is.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Is it butterscotch?
No, it's not butterscotch.
Peach. Apricot.
Peach, yeah.
Peach what?
Schnapps?
No.
Whiskey?
Bourbon.
Whiskey.
Oh.
We are drinking Lord Calvert's spiced peach whiskey.
I will say
Oh, I
that
like
was not
that.
the worst shot we've ever done, though.
Lord Calvert. He was like, this is probably pretty shitty. And I was like, I'll take 3. Yeah.
I liked that.
You asked him what the worst one was.
Yeah, because I don't like picking surprise shots, and then you make me do it, so I'm going to get the worst one.
We need to take turns, and we needed to go and get unique things that are not from our liquor cabinet because we run out of unique things from our liquor cabinet.
We still have the pickle vodka, though.
Yeah, we do.
We can do Bloody Marys tomorrow.
We could.
Lord Calvert is a Canadian whiskey that is aged for 3 years and bottled at 40% ABV. Solid whiskey, vanilla, and oak with a nice touch of peach. A solid, affordable option for all your mixing
Affordable.
and sipping needs.
It was affordable, all
That's
right.
Lord Calvert. Lord Calvert, please.
Would anyone else like to join me?
Just drink it all, Jen, so we can go to IHOP tonight.
You know how my mom's going to do those Rolling Stones charters?
Yeah.
How, like, in the Start Me Up song?
Yeah.
Oh, you make a dead man come.
Yep.
That's a line.
Yep. It is the
And
line.
I didn't know what that meant when I was 12 years old and was really into the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I definitely had a Rolling Stones like
Phase?
beater top too. Oh, I'm super into music. That's why anytime he says, "Can you say what band this is?" I get it right.
Yeah. My dad used to play
What?
that game with me all the time when I was a kid. Who sings
Love
this?
it.
Who does this?
Nail it every time.
Can you really make a dead man ejaculate?
I think you probably can if it's right after they've died.
Well, you know a body stays warm for 6 hours.
I mean, I feel like you would
What
probably
are, you,
already have.
what are you suggesting, that we try this? Because I'm
No,
not
I'm just
okay
saying,
with that.
I'm really curious. Could that actually happen? Could you make someone orgasm after?
I don't think. No, I don't.
I don't think after there's brain activity that you can.
Please, someone out there,
All
Someone
our
in the medical
necrophiliacs
field.
out there.
all our necrophiliacs out there, please chime in. Can you make someone dead orgasm, either male or
I
female?
feel
they're
like
dead.
females no, but I think males yes. Because with females, as
It's
we
the
learned in
same
Jen's
thing. What are you
class,
talking about?
it's much more mental. No,
No, it's
you can't
not.
I'm
see.
glad you took something
You
away from
can't
that.
see me. You know,
It's the
You can only
same
see
special
guys.
sauce.
No.
It's the same thing.
it's
I
not.
saw it. No, it was on Dr.
it's
Phil.
not.
I
No.
do have to say
It's
that
different.
The penis develops everyone is born with a clitoris, but if you're a male and your testicles and
That's
everything develops,
bullshit.
It's
I'm
true.
born
the
a
clitoris
man.
is a little penis. What do
My
you think-
clitoris is not a little penis.
I can't wait for the bloopers on
Okay,
this episode
listen, no,
already.
no, because when
Yes.
transgendered, when transgendered, like if you're going F to M, like
F to M.
yeah, female to male, when you're transgender
Oh.
and you get the surgery done, like that's what your penis grows out of, is your clitoris, because it's
You
very
Wow,
don't
sensitive.
grow a penis,
It's
Jen.
that sensitive.
They're not like
is.
they
Your
do not.
penis is that sensitive.
They do not grow
Wow.
a penis for transgender
lucky.
people. They attach one on.
No, they
They
don't.
don't grow it.
Yes, you do.
They
You
grow
use
it.
your existing skin.
Yes.
You don't transplant it from some other body.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no, they're just going to grow a penis.
Yes,
if that's
from
the
the
case,
clitoris.
why can't I enlarge mine
Because
without all these pills that I've been buying for months that aren't working? I can't just go to a doctor and have him grow
you
a
need to
couple
take
inches,
hormones.
and I'll grow a bigger penis.
Maybe I don't
Possibly.
know. Do we have any doctors that listen to us? I don't know if we do actually.
Can you
They're probably,
please
like,
validate
shaking
Do we
their
this
have?
for
Will we
us?
have people listen to us
In the medical
like in
field.
the headphones are in. So do we have any doctors that are in surgery listening to us?
Or even if we have any transgendered listeners, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I like just so we are aware, just so we can talk to John about this.
And be careful because there are a few transgender serial killers running around now. There's one in Florida, one in Texas.
Killing, you mean a straight person killing transgendered people?
I don't know. No one knows. But there has been
the target is
if
transgendered
you look up,
people.
Correct.
If
yes.
you look up transgender murders within the last 2 years, it has skyrocketed. There's in multiple cities. Florida is one of the main ones. I haven't done the story yet because there's not enough details about it. So I'm really, really excited for this episode.
I remember the other day you described it as shit that you like can't explain or something.
I love these episodes like what we're doing tonight. Okay, so we've been doing some serious episodes. We did the Chuck one, which was a great story. Mm-hmm. Did you guys like that one?
Yeah, I did.
Loved it.
So, guys, the hint tonight was allowance. So I'm really curious to know where we're going and who we're killing. WWG, WWK. Jen.
Well,
Nicole.
no, wait. I think we're going to.
Damn it, I shouldn't have put that map back up. You just
Iowa.
looked staring at it.
I think we're going to go to Iowa, and the killer is a younger killer who was saving up their allowance to buy an automatic weapon.
Interesting. I'm going to say we're going to Arkansas. A mother killed her child after the child demanded he had an increased allowance.
Wow, that's like pretty extreme.
The mother killed the child after.
Yeah, after he wanted.
That's
asked,
like-
So he's
after he asked his mom.
I'm sick at $12. I want 15.
I want 13. Yeah, I think that was like the last
That's like
straw.
worse than
That's
that's
the
like
last straw.
that's like worse than firing someone for asking for a raise. You're fired.
All right, so we are going to Manhattan tonight.
Oh,
This is a good story that's in the news right now. It started in the news around 2015, but now the trial is actually going on.
Really?
And, well, actually, the trial just ended, and sentencing will be later this August 9th, I think.
oh, that's the day after our show.
That's
those of you
yes,
keeping
it's
track?
the day after our show. We're going to be hungover as shit, probably.
Yeah, we are going to get really drunk on that
So
show.
we are
Who's
going.
driving back?
We may have to just sleep in the little parking lot of the brewery.
Yeah. Might as just sleep in the gutter. All right, so tonight we're going to Manhattan. I shouldn't say I love this story because no murder is fun, but if you know me, these are my types of stories, okay? Which stories do I like?
The crazy ones that you can.
No, I like the Dylan Millards. I like the Cosmo DiNardos.
The rich kids.
I like the rich idiots out there. This is Thomas Gilbert Sr. Now, he's a hedge fund manager, bigwig. Okay, well, he used to be. He's a 70-year-old man, and he used to be top of the game. And I'm going to get into kind of why he's not the top of the game anymore in a little bit. But anyway, the title of this article, Son is Arrested in Slaying of Financier Father. Now, according to a press release from the Manhattan DA office, at approximately 3:15 on January 4th, 2015, where we're going tonight, this is where our story takes place, his son enters the apartment building of his dad and his mother. The apartment is located at 20 Beekman Place, and it's in Manhattan, a nice apartment in Manhattan. The rent's like $12,000 a month.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, that's downscaled from where he was. I'm going to get into that. But that is actually a one-bedroom apartment. Okay. It's still...
A one-bedroom apartment? That's like $144,000 a year.
It's still in the rich part, but it's barely in the rich part.
But I'm just saying that's more than I could... That's like 7 times more than what I make in a year.
The son goes in there, Thomas Gilbert Jr. is who we're talking about tonight. He goes into his parents' apartment, 20 Beekman Place, and he's like, Mom, can you go get me a sandwich and a Coke? Now, keep that in mind. The Coke, okay? Coke's going to be important. Not cocaine, but actually Coca-Cola. Mommy, can you go get me a sandwich and a Coke, please, down at the street?
Mom. Mama.
So she does.
Mommy.
She goes.
Mama.
So she agrees. When she comes back to the apartment, Thomas Gilbert Jr., the son, the 30-year-old son of this hedge fund financier, millionaire, is gone. But in the bed is his dad, Thomas Gilbert Sr. He has a Glock 40 caliber pistol in his hand, and it looks like he's blown his head off.
Oh, my goodness.
At close range. And we talked about before, a Glock 40 is a big gun. So at close range, brain matter on the pillow.
So it looks as if it was a suicide.
Yeah, mildly. I mean, the sun was literally there 10 minutes before this happened.
I know, but okay,
But physically.
But she didn't hear a gunshot?
Well, she was down at the local store getting a sandwich and a Coke.
Getting a sandwich. Okay, I got confused. I didn't hear store, I heard kitchen.
Yeah. So, Nicole, can you read this article for us? Son is arrested in slaying a financier father.
Police said Gilbert Jr. went to his parents' home on the east side Sunday afternoon and asked his mother to go out and get him some food. About 15 minutes later, she got a bad feeling and came back and said Robert Boyce, the chief detective for the New York Police Department. She found Senior on the floor with a bullet hole in his head, Boise said. She also found a gun resting on his chest with his left hand covering it.
The mother, Shelley Gilbert, she's not an idiot. In fact, we're going to hear her entire 911 call in a second. But obviously, the son just did this. He was there 10 minutes ago.
It's interesting that she got a bad feeling.
This guy never, he didn't have any tendencies of committing suicide. He's a millionaire, for Christ's sake. You know? He's got his whole life going for him. And all of a sudden, the son's gone, and now his brains are all over the bed. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Manhattan. Have you guys been to Manhattan?
Yes.
Fuck that place. Too many people.
Way too many people.
Who lives there? Karina?
No, Karina
she
commutes there.
She commutes there. Yeah, so our Talk Primo, Karina, commutes there. I'm sorry, too many people, man.
Agreed.
Too many. Like this picture I'm showing him right now
girlfriend.
of whatever skyscraper, it gives me straight anxiety.
I literally, our Taco Shelly and I, we went to Manhattan to see Hamilton, and it was just, we've seen Hamilton, we've seen Kinky Boots, we've gone a couple of times, but I just can't breathe. There's too many. Too much traffic. I think that's more of the deterrent than the people. You can't move. It's a constant gridlock.
Agreed.
You think Charleston and Boston traffic is bad? No. Manhattan traffic. And LA traffic. LA traffic is bad too.
911, where's the emergency?
It's at 20 Beekman Place.
20 Beekman Place.
20 Beekman Place, zip code 10022.
What are your cross streets?
50th and 51st.
Are you in an apartment or private house?
8D as in David.
David, on what floor?
8th.
What's the emergency today, ma'am?
My husband is, I think, dead.
Okay.
Please rush.
Connect you to EMS. Do not hang up, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
That's 8731.
8731-2548. Valid location, Manhattan. Caller is on the line.
Hello.
Okay, hello, caller. Is the ambulance for you or for somebody else?
It's for my husband.
Is he awake?
He's dead, I think.
How old is he, ma'am?
He's 60. He just turned 70.
70. Okay, is there somebody there with you?
No, just him and me.
And he's not breathing.
What? I don't think so. I can't get a pulse.
Okay. Stay with me one moment. Okay, that's at 20 Beekman Place, apartment 8D is in David, in the borough of Manhattan, correct?
Yes. How long will you be?
All right, I've already got the call out. All right, they'll be there quickly. You're getting firemen, the police, and EMS.
Thank you.
And that's near East 50th Street and also near East 51st Street, correct?
It's just east of 1st Avenue. It's Beekman Place is east of 1st Avenue between 50th and 51st.
And your callback is 212-759-021.
That's correct.
Can I ask her a question, Arrow?
What's that?
Can I ask her a question?
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. You said your husband was shot?
Yes.
How long ago?
Probably 10, 15 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, maybe.
10 minutes ago he was shot?
Maybe 15.
By whom?
My son, who was nuts. But I didn't know he was this nuts.
Wow.
One moment, please.
My son who is nuts.
Wow.
Questions, ma'am. One.
I am.
He was shot by my son who is nuts, but I didn't know he was this nuts. That's
Wow.
what she said. Holy shit.
So she knew right away that it was
Oh,
one. It
yeah.
was weird that she didn't say at first that he was shot.
Right, yeah, I
No,
thought that was
she-
weird too.
I thought that was really strange.
What do you mean?
When she first made the call, she's like, "My husband's dead," but she didn't say that he was also shot.
Right.
And so that made them think there was a possibility of saving him,
Well,
which
I
there
thought-
wasn't. I would have volunteered that information.
I mean,
Yeah.
So if I came in and walked in the door and saw someone shot dead, I would say, "I think this person's been shot. I think they're dead."
I probably would word it the same way. Also, she seemed like very composed. Like I don't think I'd be able to be that composed.
Yeah, but I thought a lot about this. He just turned 70, or was about to turn 70. She's older as well. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting here 30 years old. She's
Speak for
twice
yourself. I'm not
You're
30
not
yet.
yet 30.
Do not
I mean-
do not put the T word on me, sir.
Even as I get older, I still give less and less of a fuck about stuff. So if my spouse is sitting there dead, I'm gonna be like, well, she's dead. I don't know. Y'all come get her.
I don't know about
I'm just
that.
saying. I mean, I'm not gonna be like,
But
oh
that's
my God.
but that's kind of traumatic to have to experience, to see someone in that state.
Yeah, but she's older. She's
But
like,
it's
oh,
one thing
fuck,
to
he's
sit
dead.
But he's not. It's not like he died in his sleep. He
Right.
was shot.
Yeah, it's not like he's
But it's not like the
sitting
killer's in
bed.
the room. Like she knows
No,
it's
but
his
at
son.
the same time, he still has brain matter splattered all over the place. If it was at close range, you know what I mean? That's not something that you see. Like, oh look,
Well, maybe
like you're
she
walking
was
down
in
the street.
shock.
Oh, look at that baby. Oh, look at the dog crossing the street. Oh, look, my husband's brain is splattered all over the floor. No, it's not gonna happen like that.
Maybe
Yeah.
she was
also,
in shock. I
I'm
don't know.
offended that you say that's your reaction.
Yeah.
I'm saying as you get older, you stop giving shits
You
about
stop
things.
giving a shit about me. Okay,
no, I'm
that's fine.
saying
Fine.
once you get older, you're like, fuck. Well, we had a long run and it was good. but
Open
she's
mouth.
dead.
Insert foot.
I'm just saying she's 70 years old, man. Like
70 is not that old. My
they've been
dad's
probably
73.
married for what, 50 fucking years? It's like, well, he's dead.
I'll remember that and
I'm
remind you
just
of that when
saying,
we're fucking
I don't
70
mean to
years
be a
old.
dick about it. I'm just saying, like, old people are like that. They just don't care about stuff like that.
I mean, I think I
I don't
would
really care about stuff like that. I mean, that's because I've seen it so many times. I'm just saying, all right, I'll insert foot into butthole. I get it.
That's what Nicole's going to do to you. You open your mouth and insert your foot
I'm
there.
gonna remind you that when you're fucking 70 and say, "Well, I guess you don't fucking care anymore."
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's how old people are. My grandparents are like that.
John, this is how you get
Okay.
to sleep on the couch. This is how you get to sleep on the couch tonight.
All right, guys, my fans, listen. I did not
My
mean that to turn
fans.
out. I did not mean that to come out.
Well, let's
I've
be
got
honest. They're
drinking.
probably not going to hear this. You're going to cut it because you're going to listen to it when you're sober and be like, oh, shit.
You're
And
like,
it's not going to even show up in the
damned.
episode.
Yeah.
It's going to show up in the bloops.
Yeah.
According to a press release from June 28, 2009, from the Manhattan District Attorney, Thomas Gilbert Jr. Now, for this episode, I'm going to just call him Junior, but I might call him Tommy. Most likely, I'll just call him Junior. Maybe I'll call him, no, I'll call him Junior. Junior purchased the .40 caliber Glock handgun, which is a really nice gun, by the way. Glocks make really nice handguns. And
For those of you in the market.
all right, so he purchased the .40 caliber Glock and firearm enhancements from an individual in Clarksburg, Ohio, in June 2014.
What
Now,
is that firearm enhancement? I'm sorry.
That's a great question, Jen. Firearm enhancements is anything that will enhance the gun. So basically,
Thanks for that.
Wow.
So-
That's fucking
Gathered that.
descriptive.
it will make the gun better. So basically, what he bought is a speed loader, which is a unique device which lets you load a shit ton of rounds really quick into a magazine, so you can reload really quick. Pa-chow, 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 pa-chow. And then he also bought a red light.
Hooker?
He bought a red dot sight for the gun. It basically shoots out a dot that's accurate, that's calibrated
We
toward
should
the
get
gun.
one of those for our fly killing gun.
But the thing about the red dot gun, you don't really need it when you have the gun barrel pointed right at your daddy's head.
Yeah, but we do need it when we're killing flies.
Well, I know that, but he had this thing pressed right against his dad's head. Like right there, how my mouth is to the microphone, it was that close. I'm talking about 40 caliber. I know I keep saying this. You guys don't really know guns. That's a big gun. That's a big bullet.
Okay.
Like this?
No, not like that, Jen.
Like this?
Yeah.
This?
No, Jen, you just went back up.
This?
Anyway, that bullet goes through his head. I mean, at close range, on the temple, the skin, the barrel's on the skin. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of velocity that bullet's having. Okay. Yeah, like you said, Nicole, there's no reason for her doing chest compressions. This guy has been dead.
Because she didn't say he was shot to begin with.
Within milliseconds of the bullet leaving the barrel of the firearm, he's dead. Okay? End of story. Okay, guys, what do you think this killer looks like? You think he's evil?
I think
No, he
looks
probably looks like a preppy
prep.
boy.
This is his mugshot.
Like Chuck Bass.
Don't fall in love.
Ew.
Look, that's his mugshot.
He looks like he has pink eye.
He's doing the fish face for his mugshot. That's his mugshot.
It's duck face. Duck face.
Fish face. What the fuck is that?
Oh, whatever. You know, like the.
It's more like he's like
Smoldering.
lightly blowing.
He's like smoldering.
He's like squinting his eyes to look all like he's kind of like stoned.
No, it's like he's smoldering to be like, okay.
Yeah. This is
do
his
I look
blue
sexy in
steel.
my hair?
Blue Steel, yes. Zoolander. The whole time I was researching this case, I was like, I've got to insert some Zoolander in
It's
here.
like in Mean Girls when he's like, doesn't his hair look sexy pushed back? Tell him his hair looks sexy pushed back.
Guys, go to talkmurder.com. You got to see this guy. This is Thomas Gilbert Jr. And by the way, I grew up in Gilbert, which has nothing to do with this guy's name.
No, it doesn't.
But this guy, I don't know, this is his mugshot.
That's actually real.
Okay.
It is really funny that that's his mugshot.
That could be like a Tinder profile picture,
It
honestly.
could be like the shot that they use on America's Next Top Model, like their headshot.
all they
Do you
have to do
like
is
this
change out the
guy?
background, Photoshop the redness out of his eyes.
No, I think
and-
that works. That works for the look, Jen. That works for the look.
No, his eyes are puffy. That just sounded like I was talking German. I don't know where that came
Guys,
from.
This story is so crazy. If you look at when he's in courts, every day in courts, you know how like prisoners wear the orange jumpsuits?
Right.
Even his orange jumpsuit looks like it's from Gucci or
Oh my
Versace.
God.
It's like perfectly creased. I'm like, what the
Excuse me, can I get an iron for myself, please?
This guy is a fucking nut job. Okay, here's a full disclaimer about this episode. I decided to pull the majority of my research from a single source, and that was Vanity Fair.
No.
So we're going to be reading a lot.
Because they're covering this case because he's pretty.
They are covering this case to the T, man.
What do I have to do to get covered by Vanity Fair?
Look like that.
This case
apparently.
reminds
Well,
me.
not possible.
You take Dylan Millard. Okay, you remember
Yep.
Dylan Millard?
Sure do.
His dad was the pilot down
Yeah.
at that airport.
The Eliminator.
Eliminator,
You
yes.
take Dylan Millard, okay, and then you take Andrew Cunanan, the Versace killer.
Oh my God.
And you put them together, then you have this asshole
No.
right here. Yes. Yeah, it's this story.
I
Just
already
think about
can't
that.
stand this guy.
All right, here's the next slide. I love this PowerPoint, by the way. Nicole, can you read this headline for us?
He threw the ultimate tantrum. Son found guilty of killing wealthy dad after $200 allowance cut.
Oh my gosh.
He got his allowance cut by $200. Now, this is a 30-year-old guy, okay? His dad, 70 years old, said, listen, son, I'm cutting your allowance by $200. Instead of $1,000 a week. Now, keep in mind, he's also paying $4,200 for his apartment.
Oh, his $3,000. He said he could get $3,000
Yeah.
monthly.
So he cuts his allowance by $200, which is fucked because, I mean, you already, you get used to this lifestyle of spending a certain amount of money and then your dad's just going to cut it.
How rude.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh my gosh, what are you going to have to do? Get a job? Jeez.
Prosecutors say that Gilbert Jr., who graduated from Princeton University, which we're going to go into
I'm sure that was paid for. Oh, does that have to do with the recent scandal that's come out about wealthy parents
Yeah, I mean,
paying
like, if
for
you graduate from Princeton, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get a job somewhere, right?
Not
Pish posh.
No, this guy couldn't get a job because I'll get into that. Now, he graduated from Princeton University, but lived off his parents' wealth. Killed his father because he was angry at the hedge fund manager for slashing his $3,000 monthly allowance by $200, according to the New York Post.
You know what I would do to get $3,000 a month?
Yeah, no shit. This is why I love these episodes. What the fuck is your problem? You know, you got the world handed to you.
I will say $3,000 in Manhattan is
spoon.
not a lot, but
Okay, all right.
he could have a job.
Yeah,
Yes.
But $3,000 a month.
Dude,
that's like
that your dad is giving to you for free. I would come down to Charleston and fucking just save all that money.
I don't even remember the last time I had $3,000 to my name.
Please support our podcast by either buying a puffy mattress or going to talkmurder.com/join.
Considering I have negative $45 in the account right now, I think
Yeah.
we could really use your support.
All right, Jen or Nicole, you read that box for me.
The defendant rejected hard work, instead preferring an easy life handed to him on a silver platter. Assistant DA Greg Ortner had said of pampered Princeton grad Thomas Gilbert Jr. in closing statements at Gilbert's patricide trial. Ortner described the 34-year-old's life of leisure as an endless vacation. He surfed, played golf, and hung out at country clubs, and traveled the world all on his parents' dime, the prosecutor told Manhattan Supreme Court jurors.
This was posted by Oxygen July 1st, 2009. This defendant, no, quote, this is what the prosecutor said. Quote, this defendant didn't want to grow up and be an adult. And when his father tried to push him in that direction and cut his allowance, what the fuck, Dad? He threw the ultimate tantrum.
That's what it sounds like.
Guys, I don't think you guys understand the gravity of the situation. This guy, 30-year-old guy.
34.
34, well, now he's 34.
No,
but
it says right there.
I know, but at the time he was 30.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2015. This 30-year-old Princeton graduate walks into his dad's apartment and blows his head off because his dad cut his allowance.
Which is also done
By
because
$200.
his
I
dad
make
is...
$200 a week. Like, I get $200 a week. That's my
Do you guys
income.
not understand how fucking ridiculous
Well,
this
I was
is?
just going to say, like, the dad is the one providing all that money. So now he literally is
fucked.
biting the hand that feeds him.
Yeah, but except he probably had some sort of life insurance policy and he was probably in the will.
It's not only $3,000 a month he's paying his son to do nothing but surf, play squash, which I didn't even fucking look up because that was going to make me mad to look up what squash was.
You know what I want to play? Water polo.
And $3,000 a month for this dude to live in the Hamptons and surf, okay, after he graduated from fucking Princeton, and he's paying for his apartment, which was $2,400
A month?
a month, which was a quote, modest apartment. This is Vanity Fair, so of course it's modest. Apartment on West 18th Street in Chelsea. This is a New York Times article dated June 18th, 2019. This is from his former girlfriend, Brianna Resner, which, if you know that name, then you're a big celebrity chef fan. She appeared on Hell's Kitchen for a little bit. This is what she said, if you want to read that.
Brianna Resner, a 40-year-old North Carolina chef who dated Mr. Gilbert in the summer of 2014, testified in the state Supreme Court in Manhattan that Mr. Gilbert became very angry when he learned his father, Thomas Gilbert Sr., was planning to withhold most of his allowance. He was concerned about getting cut off financially, Miss Resner said. He was scared. He was upset.
He was scared. You guys want another drink?
Yes.
I mean, we ain't got shit to do tomorrow. I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's very sad, but guys like this, dude, you got every fucking thing handed to you. Come on, man. It's like Dylan Millard. Why do you want to go start gangster rap videos and fucking sell dope? Your dad gives you all this money. Why don't you take that money and start your own fucking business? Do a fucking podcast. Do something. All right, so this is from the Vanity Fair, March 26, 2015. Did the Princeton preppy murder his hedge fund dad?
On paper, Tommy Gilbert's team sprung from the daydreams of F. Scott Fitzgerald. He grew up in what his father called a small mansion in Tuxedo Park, New York, and then at various Tony Manhattan addresses. A Park Avenue apartment, a townhouse on East 61st Street. He was the son of an investment banker and the former debutante and was raised in an environment of extreme privilege.
Oh my gosh, guys, guess what? In
Yeah?
January, it turns 2020.
Yeah?
Can we have a Gatsby New Year's Eve party?
I've never read that book.
What?
I've never read it.
That's a great book.
Let me talk a little bit about the background of Thomas Gilbert Jr. He obviously grew up with a silver spoon shoved in his mouth hole. Okay, you guys got that.
Right.
He actually went to the Buckley School. This is their mission statement at the Buckley School for Boys, which is an elite school in Manhattan's Upper East Side. The goals of Buckley education are that every boy learn fundamental skills, gain self-confidence through disciplined thought and action,
But they don't.
personal integrity and respect for others, and discover the joy of learning and the satisfaction of pursuing excellence.
See, that's good how you read that, but I would have read it more like this. The goals of a Buckley education are that every boy learn fundamental skills, gain self-confidence through disciplined thought and action, develop personal integrity and respect for others, and discover the joy of learning and the satisfaction of pursuing excellence. Thank you. Thank you.
In my notes, since I'm already buzzed, I'll just read all my notes. In my notes, I put the Buckley School for Boys, their motto, where America's future psychopaths and narcissists are educated. It's such a fucking prep school. You should go to their website, man. It's just like all these little kids in suits, and they're like,
I'm sure it's all.
Oh my god, so cute! I'm pretty
white
sure, like, if I
kids.
saw them walking down the, like it's kind of like Madeline, like two girls in a like two rows of 12 or something with Madeline
holding hands.
Yeah, like walking down the street. I feel like
I'd
like,
hawk
oh my
a
God, how
loogie.
cute are these little
Oh my
boys in
God.
suits?
all right, I could sit in my class in my high school and smell the cow shit 200 yards away in the next pasture. Okay, fuck this guy and his Buckley education, learning integrity, okay? He was on the student council at Buckley's School for Psychopaths. In 2000, that's his picture right there. Go to talkmurder.com. I'm putting all these things there. Now, he was,
Were you
quote,
guys in student council?
I wonder. No, I was not.
no, nerd.
I wasn't in high school, but
Oh.
I was in
college?
I was in middle school.
I wasn't there either. That I didn't get enough votes. You know what superlative I won in 8th grade?
What?
Most school spirit.
You know what I won in eighth grade?
No, geography B winner.
No, I was in 6th grade when I came in 3rd place. Most likely to be a millionaire.
Oh wow! For my senior superlative, I won most likely to host the Oscars.
All right. So, according to some of his former classmates, he was, quote, verbose, which I actually had to look that fucking word up.
Really?
Yeah.
Verbose.
Verbose.
Yeah,
Verbose.
verbose.
Oh, like y'all use that all the time.
Verbose.
Sometimes,
When's the last
They're
time you
wordy.
used that
They
word?
talk
I don't
a
know, like
lot.
3
They
weeks
use
ago?
a lot of words and sentences that don't need to be there.
Like me, I'm verbose.
I don't think you're verbose.
Oh,
I
so
don't
now
think-
y'all just using it nonchalantly, like y'all knew it all the time.
I did.
Also, can we just pause in this picture? How badly would you want to know what each one of those, where they all are today? So you got one.
They're probably
convicted
all
murderer.
fucking
One
psychopaths.
is probably like
If we got any people from Buckley out there, call in because I want to know if you're a psychopath.
one's
I
in
mean, there's
jail
nothing wrong
for
with that.
securities
American Psycho
fraud.
is like my favorite movie, dude.
I still haven't seen it.
That's a great movie.
We have to get a DVD player for the bus.
All right. Anyway, so he was verbose, which I already knew what that was.
Verbose.
And
Not
verbose.
verbose.
He was verbose and cocky. Now, he was a starting running back and captain of the football team. And he was known by his classmates as the Golden Boy.
Ugh.
Gross. Vomit.
This headline from this article reads, he graduated from Princeton, but barely worked. Then he killed his dad over his allowance. This is from the New York Times. So he goes from Buckley, the school for future psychopaths, to Princeton.
There's a lot of white people in that picture.
What?
There is.
There's
What the fuck does that
There's
mean?
5.
White.
6.
White.
There's
7.
6.
White.
There's 6 out of 6. They just didn't do a wide angle camera view of that.
There would be probably one token black person.
Where does Princeton rank in the Ivy League schools? Obviously, Harvard's first.
Who gives a shit?
Yale, Harvard, Yale. Princeton third.
I'm sorry. I'm just jealous.
Harvard, Yale.
I wish I could get into those schools.
Princeton, Dartmouth, Brown,
Cornell.
Cornell.
I think they rank each other based on their rejection rates.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Harvard- I think Harvard
I
has
think
the
that's
most
really
rejection
how
rate.
they. Yeah, I think that's how they.
I
rank
think Harvard
themselves.
has like a 12% acceptance rate. Because when I was applying there for their top janitorial position,
Are you going
Like in
with
Good Will Hunting?
I'm fucking drunk.
How do you like them apples? That movie's fucking great.
This episode, please don't not listen to us anymore because I'm fucking hammered. All right, so he majored and graduated with an economics degree from Princeton. His senior thesis was, quote,
Economics.
yeah,
That's hard
economics,
shit,
which
man.
is what I love, man.
That's hard.
Love some economics.
He probably had his dad help him with it since he was a financier.
Yeah. Well, his dad actually, and we'll get into this, his dad was not as successful as he wanted people to think. So his senior thesis was entitled The Word Effect, Effects of Word Content in the Financial Times on Firms' Earnings in the UK. I just literally fell asleep when I was reading that. Now, it took him 6... It took him 6 years to graduate, and I was thinking, remember Tommy Boy or whatever?
Yes.
He was like, a lot of people go to college for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. So yeah, it took him 6 years to graduate, but it may be because of this. On May 8, 2007, 4 weeks before he was originally slated to get his diploma, he was arrested by the Princeton Borough Police and charged with possession of cocaine and psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh.
And third-degree aggravated assault for attacking an emergency first aid worker. He basically got arrested, and then he head-butted with his head, his millionaire head, head-butted a female nurse.
What?
Well, this guy's an asshole.
Oh, yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, can we move on to a picture that doesn't make him look as attractive?
Well, I got a couple more bullet points.
All right,
here.
He
well,
looks
let me
a little cross-eyed.
Let me just put my hand in front of here so I can't see his face then.
Look, his eyes. One eye is lazy. He's got a lazy eye.
I'm throwing out a challenge. Whoever wins this challenge gets to sign us off tonight. There is a celebrity, a well-known celebrity, that is making a movie based on this character. This guy, Thomas Gilbert Jr., is known as the Ivy League Killer. Who is that celebrity?
Ryan Gosling.
Wait, is he playing him?
There
or
is
making
a celebrity
the movie?
playing this character. This actual character. This actual man that has killed his father. A celebrity that is making a movie, producing it, and playing him.
Channing Tatum.
Y'all each have 3 guesses. 3 guesses. But y'all can do them anytime tonight, but the first one that gets it right wins.
3 guesses from now.
Wins pancakes tonight from IHOP.
I don't have money. I can't go to IHOP. I'll
Well,
sit
then
behind.
fucking win the bet, Jen.
John wins.
Win the
If you
fucking
win,
bet.
then John
Use
pays.
your head. Use your brain matter. Use your frontal lobes, Jen.
Liam Hemsworth.
From the New York Times, posted on June 18, 2009. He graduated
That's a
from
good guess.
He graduated from Princeton with an economics degree, but he never got a job. Sorry, I'm going to tell you basically Thomas Gilbert Jr. in a nutshell.
Chris Hemsworth.
No. He goes
Liam was a good guess.
He goes to Buckley School for Psychopaths. He then goes to Princeton. He graduates with an economics degree. And then he leaves Princeton, and for 5 years, he does nothing but live off his dad's allowance money and surf in the Hamptons.
Chris Evans.
These guys are too old.
Okay.
They're like college kids.
He actually walked into a surf shop in the Hamptons and asked them if they needed a surf instructor. This is a fucking Princeton graduate. Imagine, Nicole, you have a nice job. You make pretty good money. You have a pretty good job.
That's all right.
What if someone from Princeton came there? You'd be like, you're overqualified for here. You're from fucking
I'd be like,
Princeton.
all right, learn from me. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm saying,
All
like,
right, if you said the same thing to me, that'd make more sense.
all right,
than
Jen,
her.
you work at BJ's. I love BJ's. I mean, Costco, the prices are better there. But
No, they're not.
tomatoes. Listen, if someone walked in with a Princeton economics degree and says, I don't know if you're willing to give me a job, but I'm just, want to apply, what would you say? Be like, wow, I kind of want to just
I would hire them.
kiss your feet.
Well, I would say, I think you're overqualified for the positions that we have open, but if that's something that you want.
But
have at
he
it.
walks into a surf shop. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what
Into a
if?
shitty ass surf shop and ask them if they can work.
Can he surf?
A fucking Princeton graduate.
Can he
Are
surf?
you
Does he
fucking
meet
high?
the qualifications of the job?
It doesn't matter.
Well, it does.
Are you fucking shitting me? Why don't you go work on fucking Wall Street or some shit?
I
work
know,
at Merrill
but he
Lynch or
work-
fucking
if he's gonna work at a
JP Morgan
surf
They're
Chase.
shop-
qualified. We will take them.
You don't
Saying,
walk
does he
into-
know his surfboard brands? Does he know how to surf? Because otherwise he's going to be a
You're
shitty
gonna pay
person
this
working
asshole $10 an hour.
Surfboard.
That I mean,
there. Surfing is the only life, the only
This is
way
a
for
problem.
me.
Here's
to
a problem.
surf.
His daddy paid for everything, his education. If you go and you graduate from fucking Princeton, you have this big ass loan you got to pay back to that college. The last thing you're gonna think of is getting a fucking job at a surfing shop, teaching little asshole kids how to surf for $10 an hour.
Surfboard.
You're gonna go to JP Morgan
Surfboard,
Chase and
on
try to
that wood.
freaking.
Grant on that wood.
I'm just saying, man. Instead of becoming a successful financier like his daddy, he instead graduated from Princeton, spent years surfing in the Hamptons, and lived off his $1,000 weekly allowance that his pops paid for, including his luxury apartment.
Dylan or Cole Sprouse?
Y'all have unlimited guesses because you ain't gonna guess it. So instead of saying he lives off his daddy's allowance, which he did, he
We
told
be
his friends
on
that he was a day trader, which reminds me of
Day tripper.
remember Timothy Sykes?
Yeah.
One day ticket,
Jen,
yeah.
we're not talking about the
He
Beatles.
works so
Jen.
hard. Dun, 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 dun.
Jen, millionaire hedge fund operators not listen to the Beatles, okay?
Yeah, he probably did.
Now, he told his friends he was a day trader and that he actually came up with a unique algorithm that will pick stocks.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
He should just go fuck himself.
He actually registered his own hedge fund with the SEC, okay?
Try to please her.
It's called
She only played one
Jen,
night stands.
It's called his hedge fund. So basically, you know what a hedge fund is, Jen?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is.
All right, so basically a hedge fund is you take all these
Rich people's money.
rich people's
Bushes?
money,
And you invest them.
Shrubbery. A shrubbery.
a shrubbery fund. You take all these people's money and you basically invest it in stocks for them, and then they get a part of the returns. All right. So like,
So in order to manage a hedge fund, you're supposed to be really good at picking stocks.
So
but
what does
that's
that have to
really
do
all
with bushes?
because he started his own hedge fund.
hedge fund?
Yeah, but
Hedge.
why do they call it that? What's another definition of hedge?
You
bush
hedge your
fund.
bet.
A shrubbery. A shrubbery.
A shrubbery fund.
Hey guys, Drunk Jen here. Oh no.
Hey guys, join the Talk Murder to Me shrubbery fund. If you send me money, I will take it all and buy Bitcoin and weed stocks for you.
Weed stocks. Tell me more about that.
All right. So anyway, he came up with his hedge fund and called it Mommy Luke. Mame Luke.
jeez.
Mom, can you spell that, please?
Mameluke. Mame Luke. Capital.
Mame Luke?
Mame Luke. Capital. And he registered the name.
Almost like, Mommy, look, I'm doing something with my life.
He registered the name of the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, Which go to talkmurder.com if you want to see that the SEC form for some fucking weird reason if you're into that shit. He registered on May 30th, 2015. He failed his chartered financial analyst exam. Analyst exam level 2. Now, basically, I try to look this shit up. It's a little over my head. There's 3 exams to take. Now, you don't have to actually pass them to own your own hedge fund, but it shows that you're smart at picking stocks, I guess, and knowing the in and outs of the financial world.
So you could do
But
it.
he has no experience.
He actually failed it, and he has no experience, and his daddy's a hedge fund manager. But anyway, he told all his friends he got his
But
algorithm.
instead of like going under his father's hedge fund company, he started his own.
Right.
Well,
Well,
he
his dad
tried.
didn't have a hedge fund. His dad was just a financial.
I'm sorry.
Well, his dad started a hedge fund.
Okay.
His dad's hedge fund was sinking as well. Not sinking, but the hedge fund that he owned after years of operating only had $1.9 million of assets, which for a hedge fund is piddles.
Yeah.
Piddles and dumps. Piddles and sticks.
I've never heard either of those phrases
Sticks
before,
and twigs.
which is nothing. Squat.
Now, Gilbert Sr.'s money was also dwindling. They still lived on the east side, which is apparently big. Maybe Karina, our Talker Supreme, or Karina can chime in on this. Upper East Side Manhattan was still the richie, but he lived on the lower end richie.
I do have to say, when I was thinking about the cocktail for this drink, when he gave us a clue of allowance, I looked up Richie Rich
Oh, I
cocktails.
love Richie Rich. That's a great movie.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was a kid, I
Oh.
loved that.
Do you remember the movie Blank Check?
Yes.
No.
Blank Check is a
I
great movie.
loved that
That's a great
movie.
movie.
Who's in that?
I don't know,
I don't
but
know
some
his
little
name, but
kid,
yeah.
and he gets a check, and he writes it for $1 million,
This
and he goes
guy, this
cashes
old
it out.
Scrooge guy in the limousine, hits him on his bike, and he's like, "I ain't got time for this. Just take this check." And he writes it out for $1 million, and he buys like this cool ass
That's
water slide
asshole.
and shit. It's badass.
Well,
he
this
buys
is
his
like
whole
in the
house.
90s.
Yeah, it's sick. It's cool.
And he rides around in a limousine
Yeah.
eating big tubs of ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So-
just like Big Fat Liar. That was a cool one also.
Yes.
But you know what freaked me out? Smart House.
I never seen that
Oh,
one.
yeah, that was a good one.
That was a Disney Channel original, and it was creepy.
You know,
But I
my-
liked Model Behavior with Justin Timberlake. That was good.
You know, my
Loved
favorite
that movie.
show growing up was DuckTales, and my favorite character.
DuckTales.
My favorite
woo.
character was the Scrooge duck that was always
Yeah.
jumping in the coins. Maybe that
Uncle-
says something about my
Uncle-
personality.
My cousin's named his dog after one of the characters.
Some of my favorite shows as a
DuckTales.
child.
Not Laptop.
Yes.
In Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah
Oh, that was filmed
Island.
in South Carolina. It's based off the Gullah Geechee culture, which I
Yeah.
learned recently
Exactly.
in the Charleston area.
Gullah Gullah
Island. Binya.
So his daddy's money was also dwindling. They were still living in the Upper East Side, which was the nicey area, but he was on the low income Upper Nice Side. They actually had to move from a townhouse on 61st Street in Upper East Side Manhattan to a one-bedroom apartment on Beekman Place that they rented for
I have no idea what this area looks like, so you shitting on it doesn't really do anything for me. I'm sorry.
that they rented for
They're still living in Manhattan, and I
Yeah.
am like making $200 a week.
$12,000 a month.
that they rented this measly apartment that they rented for a mere $6,000 per month. What the fucking shit!
Oh no, $6,000 a month.
All right, so now Gilbert Jr.'s life starts to crash down. He's 30 years old. He graduated from Princeton 5 years ago. He's living off his daddy's dime. His daddy's not making much anymore. His dad decides to cut his allowance, which is
Full House,
fucking
like,
bullshit.
Cut it out, like Joey from Full House. Cut it out.
I think it's bullshit. You don't come in there
rude.
and promise someone you're going to give them $1,000 a week. Oh, here's $1,000 a week. Oh, wait, out of fucking nowhere, I'm just going to give you $800. You know what?
Oh, my
Fuck
Lanta.
that bull fucking shit. Bullshit. I call. All right. Gilbert's life started to crash down, y'all.
We're going down, down in an earlier round.
He was actually banned from the Maidstone, which is
sugar, we're going down swinging.
which is this nice country club, because he threatened a tennis pro. Now, a country club that hires its own tennis pro. Okay, you guys understand this story is not for us.
No, we're not wealthy enough.
Do you understand?
You see, we're not wealthy enough to understand the stress that he was going under.
Are you going with Sean Connery there?
No, more so of that other guy.
So he threatened this tennis pro. He says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker. I can do the backhand right, motherfucker. You about to piss me off." That's what he said. Now, this kind of starts to remind me of Andrew Cunanan, the Versace killer, because his friends started leaving him as well. Now, his girlfriend, Brianna Swanson, which was...
I'm sorry, Nicole. I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry.
It'll be in my fucking head for the next 2 fucking weeks. Fuck.
His girlfriend, Brianna Swanson, a chef who once appeared on Hell's Kitchen, moved into his Chelsea apartment, but soon saw the unraveling of the hedge fund kid.
Shrubbery.
And soon got scared as shit. She actually fled fucking town. She's like, fuck this shit, I'm getting a bus and I'm moving the fuck away, because she saw how crazy this asshole is. I can't believe my dad wants to cut my allowance by $200. Fuck that. You know what? Fuck this. Okay? You don't come in and take someone's fucking $200. That's $200, Jen. If I give you $1,000 a week and then I'm like, sorry, it's got to be $800. What are you going to do, Jen? You're going to say, fuck this shit, I'm putting my foot down.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
All right, so do you guys recognize this girl?
Yes.
No.
What's her name?
Denise Richards.
Oh, wow, that is completely way off.
Definitely not.
Please, guess again.
I don't think she's anybody.
Her last name is Rothschild, so a name like that, you own the universe. That is a financier name. Do you guys know economics? No?
I know the name
Hardly.
Rothschild.
Okay, Rothschild is a very
I can't even
powerful
budget
name.
to keep myself surviving for, how long. I don't know Rothschild from Adam.
All right. The headline on this is from the New York Post, posted June 12, 2009. Thomas Gilbert Jr.'s ex says he's, quote, off, but extremely good looking. The cougar ex-girlfriend of Thomas
That's
Gilbert...
he's off, but, he's extremely good. It's like weighing out the options,
Yeah.
do I take someone that's extremely good looking, or he is a little off, but look at him, right? Am I right?
Actually, Nicole, can you read this while I play the sound effects in the background?
The cougar ex-girlfriend of Thomas Gilbert Jr. told jurors Wednesday that his Manhattan murder trial that she knew something was wrong with him. Defense lawyer Arnold Levine asked Rothschild, a 53-year-old CEO of a PR firm, why she kept dating him. Because he was extremely good looking, she replied.
I think this cougar is constipated.
Gilbert, 34, was not present after refusing to attend much of his trial. Can people do that?
Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that.
No, he didn't attend much of his own trial.
Yes, I'll get into that. That sound effect, I'm sorry, that did not turn out the way I thought it was. That is from Animal Sounds of the World, and you can buy that right now at your local disc store. That's from the producer CD Baby.
How much money did you spend on that? Because I'm really disappointed in you.
Because the first line of this article is the cougar ex-girlfriend, so I thought that would be appropriate. Can you read this because I'm too drunk?
He yelled, "Objection!" repeatedly as his mother took the witness stand to describe his slow mental
You gotta read the title first, Jen.
Sorry, excuse me. The Ivy League son accused of killing his father unravels in court. He yelled, "Objection!
Objection!
Objection!" repeatedly at his mother his mother took the witness stand to describe his slow mental unraveling in the years before prosecutors say he killed his father. Mr. Gilbert's lawyer, Arnold Levine, argues that his client was too impaired by mental illnesses to understand his actions, and the trial unfolding in the state Supreme Court in Manhattan has centered on Mr. Gilbert's sanity. As Mr. Gilbert continued to shout objections and spout incomprehensible legalese on Wednesday, Mr. Levine asked the judge to stop the trial and order a new mental health evaluation. His objections have no basis in law, Mr. Levine said. He is affirmatively undermining and sabotaging my ability to defend him. In New York, defendants must prove not just that they have a mental illness, but that the illness prevented them from understanding the consequences of their actions or what they did was wrong.
All right, let me break it down for you. I'm going to recap. You got this guy, 30 years old at the time he killed his pop, right? His dad was a successful hedge fund operator, millionaire status, Upper East Side, Manhattan. Son had everything given to him in the world, literally a silver spoon shoved up his rectum, and he went to Princeton, he went to Buckley, he went to all these things that that would never be in any generation down the road of my family to even have the opportunity to do. He went to all these things. He got all this education. He goes into his father's apartment. He tells his mother to go get him a sandwich and a Coca-Cola. He shoots his dad in the face with a .40 caliber Glock. He tries to pretend it's a suicide. He then runs back to his apartment that his daddy has been paying for. He gets arrested. Now he's in court. Okay, he's wearing jumpsuits from freaking Gucci. And as his lawyer is trying to say, this guy's fucking insane, he's like, objection, objection. And the judge is like, shut the fuck up. You're not even supposed to be talking. That's why you got a lawyer. They actually had to take a big recess, send Thomas Gilbert Jr. out of the courtroom because he kept saying, objection, sustained, I want to testify. All these words that he didn't even understand, he kept just screaming
he probably
in the
just
courtroom.
watched like 2 episodes of SVU before he went into the courtroom and was like, this is what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, he wasn't even supposed to say anything. Anyway, he gets led out of the courtroom, which I think it was all just a big ruse, because now his defense lawyer's like, well, obviously, my client is fucking nuts. I think I'm going to plead insanity for the guy. This guy's fucking insane. Now they're pleading insanity. Oh, there's no one in their right mind that would go shoot their dad in the head with a .40 Glock and after getting all this money. You guys like this or not?
Mm-hmm.
This is what pisses me off. These guys got everything they want. I mean, holy shit. This dude went to fucking Princeton. Are you shitting me? Jen, what if you went to fucking Princeton? You'd probably be fucking running the world.
Well, I mean, I can't really complain. I went to a baby Ivy, so.
I went to University of fucking Phoenix, which I'm just saying, okay? Lil Wayne went to University of Phoenix. I want to put
Did
that.
he really?
Lil Wayne went to University of Phoenix.
I just want to talk to you more about school, because I love the fact that your mom was instrumental in saying, listen, if you're going to do this, you have to keep up your grades. You got to keep yourself on the path. And you've just started taking college classes, somebody told me.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I started taking, I started taking psychology classes at the University of Houston. And I was actually going there physically.
Right.
But that kind of got, out of control.
Tough to do, yeah.
So
I
I switched to the University of Phoenix online.
Online, yeah,
And
a
I
lot
have
of
a
people do
wonderful
that.
tutor, and
That's
she
great.
helps me. So
Oh, I didn't
And
know
I'm
that.
fucking proud of that.
And we're proud of you, John, because you accomplished something that not everyone can accomplish. You have a bachelor's degree, okay?
The defendant was fully aware of what he was doing, says Craig Ortner, an assistant district attorney, during opening statements. Quote, the evidence will show without a reasonable doubt that the defendant killed his father in cold blood. His mother, Shelley, the 911 call.
Right.
She gets in the bullpen.
Stand.
The stand, yeah.
Bull stand.
Nope.
Nope,
Just
there's the
stand.
witness
She
stand.
gets in the stand. She testifies against her own son. She says,
That would suck. But she didn't really
you
seem
saw
like
the
she
911
cared.
call.
Yeah.
I knew that motherfucker was nuts, but I didn't know he was this
She
nuts.
did not say motherfucker to me.
Well, I know, but
Yeah, because that would
But it
imply
was
that he was
implied.
fucking her.
It was implied.
but you know, if your mom says, "I knew this ass shit was nuts," I didn't know he was this nuts. That means something. Can you imagine your mom saying, "I knew you were fucking nuts,
Yeah, actually, I
but
could.
not this nuts"?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ma, what now?
I mean, I could.
Bitch.
So she's on the stand in the bullpen, and she's
Bullpen.
she is
Here comes
testifying.
up now,
Damn.
Shelley Gilbert.
She is
Coming in
testifying.
tonight. She is time-
testifying against her own son, and she starts mentioning.
Shelley Gilbert winds up for the pitch.
Now, congregation, listen. She starts mentioning
She's in the stretch.
a long time ago, bringing up these distant past memories.
She's in the windup.
Now she's looking at her son sitting there,
Nods into the catcher.
and she starts mentioning some camping trips that old Junior would take with his daddy.
Strike one.
And then he started tearing up. Gilbert Jr. started tearing up when he heard about them camping trips because he remembered that. Oh, Daddy take me camping trips. I caught a bass one day, sea bass. I caught some brim. You got to catch brim, Jim, by staying by the bank. Catfish, they're bottom feeders now. You want to cast out pretty far to get them catfish and then let that old floater sink a little bit and let the hook sink.
I don't think they have catfish in New York.
If you want to catch them brim, Jen, you got to get right by the bank, catch them with
Bass?
a bamboo pole. If you want to catch them bass, them ain't bottom feeders, Jen. You go camping like that. He starts crying, Jen. He starts bawling his eyes out. Then he says, objection. Objection.
From the witness stand or from the
From the
From the
defendant's
fucking seats. From the fucking balcony. He's like, objection, Your Honor. And Your Honor's like, young man, you can't talk. Objection. Sustained. No, you can't say sustained. That doesn't make any sense. Objection. They kick him out, Jen. They kick him out of the courtroom. You know what? You can't be here right now because you don't understand the proper rules of how a courtroom
Robert's
works.
rule.
Miss Gilbert said her son and her husband enjoyed a loving relationship for years. She recalled how Tommy, that's Thomas Gilbert Jr., Tommy boy.
Tommy Boy.
I don't like to call him Tommy because my dad's name is Tommy. So,
Tommy Boy reminds me of Chris Farley, also Black Sheep.
so Tommy, at 10, gave his father a trophy. Daddy, I know you're busy. Can I got this for you. I made this for you. It's a trophy. It says, best dad in the world.
He fucking gave that to him the day he died.
No, this is when he was 10.
We're flashing back here. Camping trip.
They
Sorry, I got
shared a
confused.
love of sports and squash. Not the food, but actually the sport.
I like squash.
If you know what squash is, please let us know. Because
my dad said he
refuse
put
to
some
look
butternut
up what
squash in his
fucking
garden,
squash
so maybe there'll be some when we go there.
I refuse to look up what squash was. All right. I know I do a lot of research, but that's one thing I cannot put myself to do. They shared a love of sports, she said, and bonded on his school camping trips in New England. Let's talk a little bit about the trial. Now, the murder trial of Thomas Gilbert Jr. came down to one item, okay? And that was a can of Coke.
How?
Coca-Cola. This is from the New York Post, dated June 28th, 2019. The can of Coke. It was really the aha moment, said juror number 11, Stephen David Torres. Now, the juror was referring to the moment when Gilbert showed up unannounced at his parents' Turtle Bay apartments on January 4th, 2015, and sent his mom, Shelley, out for a Coke and a sandwich. Now, Shelley, his mother, testified that his son knew full well that she never kept that beverage in the house.
It was the can of Coke, said Kimmy Lee, 61, who served as juror number 5. At first, I believed he wasn't responsible because of his mental illness, but after reading through all the manuscripts, it hit me. That one line about the Coke showed that he was conscious of his actions at the time.
So he basically sent his mother out.
So that she wouldn't be around when it happened?
Yeah, it's like, but son, we have Pepsi. Mom. I mean, have you never done the Coke versus Pepsi challenge? I want Coke.
Coke is better. 100%.
I like Coke.
I like Coke better.
I used to like Pepsi when I was a kid because maybe it was more sugary.
If I did the challenge, if I did the challenge, I probably wouldn't know. But if I knew, I would drink Coke. I don't know why.
If Coke products aren't available, I'll drink Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is a Pepsi product.
Exactly. But if it was between Coke and Pepsi machines, and the place that we went to only had Pepsi products, I would have Dr. Pepper over Pepsi.
I like Dr. Pepper, yep.
Dr. Pepper's my favorite.
Oh, remember Mellow Yellow, Mr. Pibb?
Yeah. You remember really shitty, and it's going to make you really mad, RC Cola? Ew.
I remember that.
So the defense the whole time is claiming, hey, listen, I know he graduated from Princeton. I know he went to Buckley School for Psychopaths. I know he has his own hedge fund and has dated all these, models or whatever. But he's fucking insane. He's crazy. I mean, even his mother said he was nuts. I want a 911 call. My son, he's nuts. I didn't know he was this nuts, but he's fucking nuts. That's the exact quote.
My son, who is nuts. But I didn't know he was this nuts.
He's nuts. He's nuts. N-U-T-Z, nuts.
Got it. Okay.
These nuts.
All right, so the question comes down to, was this guy mentally there? All right. Now, this article from New York Times, June 24th, 2019. Did a Princeton graduate know killing his father was wrong? If you want to read this, Nicole.
Dr. Michael Sachs, a psychiatrist at Weill Cornell Medicine in Manhattan, who treated Mr. Gilbert from 2008 to 2014, testified that his patient's delusions were so relentless he could not escape them even when he slept. He had a dream, a very unpleasant dream, that he was kicking his father and shouted, "Stop it, stop it." Dr. Sachs said he felt his father was very sadistic. Dr. Sachs recalled jotting down that Mr. Gilbert thought his father was messing with him when he threatened to cut part of his allowance. He eventually diagnosed him with severe compulsive disorder, depressive disorder, paranoia disorder, psychosis, and other mental illnesses, he said. The defense's psychiatrist told the jury that Mr. Gilbert's mental illnesses made it difficult for him to find employment after graduating with an economics degree from Princeton in 2009. Dr. Theodore Shapiro, a Weill Cornell medicine psychiatrist, said it took him a handful of sessions to understand the paternal obsession was consuming Mr. Gilbert. Taking or being near his father caused him severe anxiety, he told Mr. Shapiro. His father was at the center of his delusions, the doctor said. During cross-examination, Mr. Ortner pointed out that Mr. Gilbert was able to control his hatred for his father when he needed money.
Oh, that makes sense.
That seems normal. Though.
I hate you. No, I don't. Can I please have some more money?
He overcame his paranoia and asked his father to guarantee his apartment, Mr. Ortner said.
He overcame his paranoia.
Did you know that? Dr. Shapiro paused and then admitted yes.
He overcame his paranoia. Okay, you got mental health issues, but I'm going to overcome them. I'm going to be a bigger man than my mental health issues just for a second so I can ask my father for more money. So this title is Thomas Gilbert Jr. Search for Hitmen Online Before Killing Dead.
I mean, if I didn't know that he was searching for hitmen before, it'd probably have a better chance of me saying he didn't know what he was doing, but you're literally searching murder for hire or contract killing. That's you're so dumb. Like, it's not mental illness if you're dumb. I'm sorry. You're just dumb for looking for that and then killing someone.
So he was charged with second-degree murder, which pisses me off because
it should have been first degree.
Yeah, because the intent was there.
He is serving. He's not sentenced yet. That's August 9th when he's getting sentenced. But it could be anywhere from 25 years to life.
Well,
He
Okay.
hasn't been
At
sentenced
least it's
yet,
a
and this was
minimum.
in 2015.
Yeah, so he just went through his trial.
Just now?
Yeah, and they convicted him in this month. And they're going to actually sentence him in August 9th.
That's the day after our show.
Yeah, day after a show. But he's going to be 25 years to life, which is nothing, man. I mean, he could be out in 25 years. I mean, second-degree murder, this is what I'm trying to do with this podcast episode right here.
How?
I'm trying to tell you, second-degree
it
murder
second
does
degree?
not make fucking any sense. Okay?
He clearly intended to kill his father.
Yes! Are you shitting me? Fuck yes! For fucking ever. And he didn't have a mental illness. He's just a spoiled piece of shit. He's a spoiled piece of shit that killed his daddy. You want to cut my allowance? No. The intent was there. I mean, we're reading a slide right now
I
that
guess
says
I guess they're going with the fact that
Prosecutors
he didn't
unveiled
illness.
the headline is Thomas Gilbert Jr. searched for hitmen online before killing dad, according to prosecutors. Prosecutors unveiled Gilbert Jr.'s browser history in Manhattan Supreme Court on Monday, with the clueless 34-year-old trawling the internet for hitman forum, murder for hire, and searching for a hitman in the deep web on October 2014.
So some of the terms that he searched in his browser: hitman forum, murder for hire, contract killing, and my favorite here, hireakiller.com. He actually typed that
He
in.
also
Is
looked
that a
up
real
Silk
fucking
Road.
site? I'm a little concerned.
He actually typed in hireakiller.com.
What an idiot.
But he also looked up
What
Silk
the
Road, which I
fuck?
think was still active at that time.
Huh?
Silk Road.
What's Silk Road?
No, Silk Road was not active at the
At
time.
is
that
that?
time?
No, at that time, yeah.
That was the guy that was
Yeah,
from
Dread Pirate.
Pirate Roberts.
Dread Pirate Roberts. So, all right, I'm gonna do that story eventually for you guys because it's really interesting.
It's a dark website where you can shop for. It shut down now, but where you could shop for like cocaine, trafficked humans, hitmen.
Oh,
It
dear.
was a site for illegal transactions.
Yeah, so it's available on the
Where
Tor
people
browser.
could purchase
You know what the
things
Tor browser
via
is?
Bitcoin.
No, I don't know how to get to the dark web.
All right, so to get to the dark web, Jen, you need to go to Google and type in Tor browser.
Tor browser?
Tor, T-O-R. Okay? It downloads a browser, much like what you probably use Safari or Firefox.
I use Google Chrome.
Google Chrome, which I would not do. But use Tor browser. When you open up Tor browser, it basically redirects your IP address, which is shows you where you are, like literally in this house right now.
Mm-hmm.
People can track you to this house.
Well, that's weird.
And it takes your IP address and it throws it all across every different country. Okay? So it basically redirects your IP address to multiple different locations, and then it obscures it so no one can literally find you.
Weird.
All right, so now we're going to talk about how insane this guy is. This is from Vanity Fair, my favorite website in the world. And in fact, Andrew Cunanan from the Versace killer murders, he actually committed suicide in that houseboat.
Right.
Surrounded by issues of Vanity Fair, if you guys remember.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite murders. New details on the night alleged murderer Thomas Gilbert Jr. beat up Peter Smith.
Who's Peter Smith?
Now, Peter Smith was a friend that went to Buckley with him and a former roommate. Now, they were roommates for a long time, a few years at least. And Peter Smith started noticing some very weird things about Thomas Gilbert Jr. Now,
Nicole, please read.
On October 3rd, 2013, both Gilbert and Smith had been invited to attend the premiere of And After All, a short film co-produced by their friend Jack Bryan and starring Annabelle Dexter-Jones, and in which Gilbert appeared as an extra. But as Smith emerged into the street from his building near Bedford Avenue in Williamsburg, Gilbert stepped out of the darkness and jumped him, Smith later told police, slamming Smith's head repeatedly against the pavement.
Oh, dear.
Afterwards, Smith called James Bohannon and texted him a picture of his face. Gilbert had broken his nose and given him a concussion.
Oh,
this guy jumps out of nowhere. So He is on this movie, this extra movie, which I looked on IMDb. It's got like a 2.4 out of 10. But that's neither here or there. I wouldn't watch it because it's probably a pretty shitty movie. He was an extra in this movie. The premiere was going on, and then all of a sudden he jumps out. Now, this is his former roommate. Jumps out of the darkness, takes this guy's head, and starts slamming it down. Abood, 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 abood. On the pavement. The head's bouncing blow, 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 off the pavement.
Boing, boing.
Boing, 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 boing,
It actually
boing.
makes a different sound. It sounds like a melon. I only know this because, like, when one of my concussions out of the 7 that I've had was when I was a junior in high school. I was playing basketball. I took a charge from a girl. She was coming down the court, and I stepped in front of her, took a charge, and it was described as a watermelon bouncing off of the floor.
So he actually befriended initially this guy, Peter Smith, in the summer of 2012.
I've never been to the Hamptons. I've kind of always wanted to go just to see what it was like.
He befriended this guy, Peter Smith, in the Hamptons. They became roommates, but he found out, now this is in 2012, he found out that Smith was flirting with a young socialite named Lizzie Fraser. There's been reliable sources that claim that Peter had zero interest in her. And not only that, Gilbert Jr. wasn't even dating her. But this is where it started. Oh, she's so pretty. Okay, she's like probably a 9 out of 10. Okay, so like we're roommates.
Is her school an all-girls school and their school is an all-boys school? Is that kind of like what I'm getting?
No, he's living in the Hamptons surfing.
Oh,
you know,
this is
he's
after college. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
after
Sorry,
college.
got
So she's
confused.
like a young socialite living off daddy's money, like every motherfucking character in the story that I'm telling you tonight. You know, I'm doing stuff with my life. Okay, I work on this in this industry. I've came from nothing, even though my dad was rich as shit and provided me with everything. I am so attractive, and I go to the gym and I do squat thrusts, and I do my thighs.
Gotta keep that thigh gap.
You know, I do thighs every day. Okay, I'm a young socialite, Jen.
Okay.
My name is Lizzie Fraser.
Hi, Lizzie.
And I'm dating no one, but this guy named Thomas Gilbert likes me.
Okay.
But then this guy, Peter Smith, is flirting with her. Fuck that shit. You want to flirt with her? I saw her first.
Oh no.
That's going to cause bad blood, and it did. That caused bad blood. No, we cannot have that.
Blood.
You want to I'm bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit. I know you're my friend. You know, we went to Buckley together, but you want to flirt with her?
Hell no.
She does those thigh gaps for me in the gym. Peter Smith eventually kicks Gilbert out of his apartment. That's fine. You know what, Smith? I thought we were cool, but you know what? We're not. You know what? You can't kick me out because I'm leaving. I'm independent. I'm going to leave on my own.
All my women who independent, throw
And I'm gonna
your
move-
hands up at me.
I'm going to move to another house that's really close by. It's owned by my dad. But I'm going to move in there. And I'm going to show you that I have things going on in my life.
So many things.
After that, things were bad between him and Peter Smith. In fact, all right, I've never heard this before. This asshole, Gilbert Jr., shows up at Smith's house, the house that he used to live in, but he got kicked out, you know, after that girl incident. Girls ruin everything, by the way. There was a flagpole because, you know, the house is a fucking flagpole. Again, we can't relate to any of the characters in the story, right? He takes the flagpole out of the ground, Jen. He rips the flagpole out. and he impales it into the front door.
Oh. I was getting ready to get some blood and guts on this one.
He impales the flagpole into the front door.
America!
You've got to be strong as shit to do that. He must work out. Right into the front door. I mean, the shit is like sticking through the front door. The fucking flagpole, Jen. You know how much those things weigh?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what it's made out of.
I mean, Jesus Christ. That guy is like, fuck. Right into the door.
That's like a manic episode.
No shit. I'm trying to show you how crazy this asshole is. This is from the Daily Mail. I love the Daily Mail. They have the craziest freaking headlines ever.
Chris Pratt.
Ex-roommate of Thomas Gilbert Jr. claims a 34-year-old tried to kill him several times and even burned down his family's mansion.
What?
Believing him to be inside just months before the Princeton grad executed his dad for lowering his allowance by $100.
That's the headline.
What about the guy?
That is the headline, people. TheDailyMail.com. Please subscribe.
What
That is
about
a
the guy
crazy...
that plays the Van Hendrick twins from the social media?
You guys have unlimited guesses about the actor that has already signed on to play the Ivy League killer.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though? You know,
I'm telling you, you're wrong, Nicole.
All right, I was just
Y'all
asking
have
you
unlimited
what I
guesses
said.
tonight to guess the actor
Leonardo
that has
DiCaprio.
scheduled to play the Ivy League killer known as Thomas Gilbert Jr. You guys have unlimited guesses on the actor.
Ryan Reynolds.
All right, so this is from the Daily Mail, June 20th, 2019. Smith and Gilbert first
Can we have
began
a hint,
living.
please?
Smith and Gilbert first began living together in 2011. They then cohabitated on and off for the next 2 years between surfing trips abroad together. Jen, we go on surfing trips abroad together. Oh, wait, no, because we make minimum wage. I forgot. Moving on. But from the very beginning, Smith said he grew increasingly concerned by Gilbert's behavior after he accused Smith of a number of bizarre offenses, including stealing obscure items from his room, hacking his computer, and breaking into his bank account. However, the slurry of accusations soon escalated into physical violence, and Smith claiming Gilbert suddenly became, quote, very aggressive and attacked me on several occasions.
Dave Franco. Tom Holland. What the fuck?
On September 15th at 5:35 a.m., the ground floor window of Peter Smith's mansion was broken into. Now, he wasn't there. The house was 850 Sag Main Street. It was actually listed on the National Register for Historic Places.
James Marsden.
By 5:42 a.m. that morning, this house was ablaze. Go to talkmurder.com to see this blazed up house. Even the picture that I'm showing you right now is like in high definition. If you saw a North Charleston apartment blazed up, it would not look this good. This is like high definition blazed up
Harry
houses.
Styles, Justin Bieber.
James Marsden.
I already said that.
Do you guys not care about this house getting on fire?
No.
We do.
He goes
We care
in.
about you paying for our IHOP.
He goes in and lights his old ex-roommate's house on fire. The mansion that he lived in, that was registered for the Historic Places National Registry. He lights it on fire.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
And within 10 minutes, by 5:42, the house was an inferno.
Christian Bale.
75
Topher Grace.
volunteer firefighters. The house was actually too hot for them to enter. Across the street, okay, guys, listen to me. Across the street from the house was a historic cemetery.
Oh, creepy.
The firefighters putting out the fire, remember, there's 75 of them.
Wow.
They're putting out the fire. Oh, man, this is a blazer. Oh, shit, we need some more water. Call for backup. You know, water going everywhere. And then one of them looks across the street. There's the old cemetery, and it's dark outside. It's 5:42 in the morning.
Jason Sudeikis.
There's the old cemetery. Old historic Confederate cemetery. Oh, these old tombstones.
John Krasinski.
And there's a man sitting on one of them big tombstones.
Oh, like he doesn't give a shit.
Smoking a cigarette. Watching the fire burn. That's old Thomas Gilbert Jr.
Wow, what a dick.
What a psychopath. Ooh, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, that is different.
All right, that guy looks like
different.
some.
That is
I'm different.
very different.
He looks like
Matthew McConaughey.
no, the guy from Limitless. The guy
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Nah.
He looks like some Bradley Cooper.
No, and the less attractive version.
All righty. So we are, this title is called Ivy League Dad Killer Refuses to Attend His Own Trial for Second Day. So now, as you see, he's wearing his nice lacrosse polo shirt.
Did I already say Matthew McConaughey?
Is lacrosse a brand?
Yes.
Lacoste?
Lacoste. He's
He
wearing
probably
his,
was a lacrosse bro, though. Lax bro.
He's wearing his Lacoste polo Banana Republic shirt. It's his salmon pink. Now, he's in trial. He should be wearing a jumpsuit. But in fact, he's wearing a button-up with the top unbuttoned. You see his chest hairs. And obviously, Jen, he has a six-pack because he's rich. And
What about
rich
the guy
people,
that is in Sons of Anarchy?
Rich people
Oh,
have
Charlie Hunnam.
rich people have nice bodies.
Brad
Jen.
Pitt.
Jen, you're not listening
Too
to
old.
me. If
Rich people have nice bodies. I'm listening.
After screening 500 candidates, 12 jurors and 5 alternates were chosen.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Opening arguments will commence the day after Memorial Day, May 27th, which we've already passed. Sentencing is actually set for August 9th. Now, I want to tell you, this guy was convicted, but he hasn't been sentenced yet. That's a future episode for us.
Mm-hmm.
He could face 25 years to life in prison.
That's it?
This
Well,
is
at
his
least 25
charges.
years.
He is charged with murder in the second degree, a Class A felony, 1 count.
I just want to know why it wasn't
Criminal-
first degree.
Criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Criminal possession of forgery devices. What I didn't get into the story is in his apartment, when they broke into his apartment after the murder, they found a skimming device, a credit card skimming device, and 20 blank credit cards.
Interesting.
So you remember that day trading? I got this old day trading algorithm I came up with on the computer. It was actually, I steal people's credit cards because I'm like Dylan Millard and I have all this money, but I still want to be a gangster. He's also charged with unlawful possession of ammunition. All right, I'm going to give you one last guess. Who is the celebrity?
I don't know. I've had so many guesses. I've kind of run out.
All right, well, tonight's winner is Jen because, boom, Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is producing a film about accused Ivy League killer.
I never win anything. I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
I get to take my mom and dad and the dogs, Stella and Hubble, and Nicole and John for this opportunity to win this award.
Congratulations,
I'm so
John.
hungry.
They
That's
actually
a big
look
thing.
alike, don't they?
They
Yeah.
do.
You know what? I'm going to go on record right now. I know I said I love Tom Cruise. And I love that ass shit, that ass hat is what Becca said.
Douche canoe.
Douche canoe.
That's my
I love
saying.
that ass hat.
I love ass hat too.
Okay. He's a good actor, but Jake fucking Gyllenhaal, man, you are a
I like Jake
phenomenal
Gyllenhaal.
actor,
He
man.
is. He
Have
can-
you ever seen Nightcrawler?
Yes.
Good fucking movie.
Yep.
You are a good actor.
I also like
sir.
Love and Other Drugs with
If
him
you
and Anne
ever hear
Hathaway.
this podcast, you are a good actor. And I
You're
aspire to be like
mediocre.
that.
Remember that? Oh no, he's more than mediocre.
I'm
Remember that movie
joking.
we watched where
The
he played like
Pictures?
the two No.
I mean,
He played
Donnie Darko, end of story.
Oh, yeah.
We can
Donnie
just start this
Darko.
podcast right here. Donnie Darko, end of story.
I love
Boom.
Donnie Darko.
But remember
What?
that?
I'm gonna
that
watch
movie
that
we
tonight.
watched. Remember that movie we watched that was like him and he played like that twin and they switched lives. And do you remember that? We watched it recently. It was a Canada movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal, best of luck with the Ivy League Killer. I know
We'll
you're
be
going to
in the front
be
row.
fantastic. I cannot wait to see this. You are a phenomenal actor. You're probably one of the best. The title is going to be called The Gilded Rage.
Ooh, what is it coming out?
And is based on a series of my favorite. Oh my God. Yes, please give it to me, Andrew Cunanan. Vanity Fair articles.
Ooh.
About the slaying of 70-year-old Thomas Gilbert Sr., the daddy of the Ivy League Killer, Thomas Gilbert Jr., that convinced his mother to go get him a sandwich and a Coke. Mommy, hey, please.
Mom,
Mommy, can you please go get me a sandwich and Coke so I can kill my daddy?
Thanks, guys, for listening to Talk Murder to Me. It's been a very fun episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I can't believe I won. I'm so excited.
All right, guys. If you really enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button on whatever podcasting app you use. If you really like this episode, you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're absolutely obsessed with this podcast and want to become our stalker, go to talkmurder.com/join, become a Talker Supremo, get a badass t-shirt, sticker, swag, a lot of love, shout it out all over the place. Tell me what story you may do. I'll research it and I will dedicate it to you. Only on the Talk Murder to Me podcast. My name is John here with Jen and Nicole here. And until next time,
Only good boys get their money.
okay, I know we talk a lot about puffy mattresses, but I think we're going to do the ultimate test here. So we're going to get a puffy mattress. And Jen, you're going to actually sleep one day on a puffy mattress. One night, you're going to sleep completely on a puffy mattress.
Okay.
The next night, you're going to sleep on a pile of rocks.
Glamping? Am I going to be glamping?
We're going to compare.
And then the third night, I'll sleep on top of the pile of rocks on top of the puffy mattress. We're talking about thunder, not farts here, just so you guys
Jen,
know.
don't say that. I'm about to quiz the podcast. I'll delete every episode tonight.
Poots. We're talking
and then
about
I
thunder,
won't
not
even talk to
poots.
you
Sorry.
again.
And you were like, guys, I need a new title. I'm thinking this. And then I was like, okay. And I came up with this really creative title. It took me a long time to think about it. And then you just picked the one that you were thinking of already. And I was like, why even bother?
No, I said, here's what I have so far. I want something like this. And then you came up with all different stuff. I was like, no, I want you to
Just
change
modify
like
what I
one or
have.
two words, maybe add a comma. Like I was already going to go with that same thing.
All right. Well, thanks for mansplaining that to us.
Yeah, I have creative control here. It can
know.
only be done one way.
I know, which makes me sad because sometimes I think that I have really good ideas and you're like, no. But then usually sometimes
I'm like
you'll
Steve
come
Jobs.
around
If-
and you'll be like, hey guys, guess what I found out? And I'd be like, I already mentioned this 3 months ago and you told me to fuck off.
Do you like your MacBook?
I do.
It would not be anywhere as good if Steve Jobs wasn't such an
Okay.
asshole.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm just saying.
tired of talking about Steve Jobs and his fucking computers. Let's move on with
Oh,
the
shit,
story.
it went all over me. Fuck.
Not
That's
that
what she
bad.
said.
This is going to be literally...
I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna wear
Jen,
red, white, and blue,
Jen,
or should I wear
Jen,
a dress?
Jen,
I'm gonna straighten my
Jen,
hair.
Jen,
I'm
Jen,
gonna
Jen,
straighten my
Jen,
hair.
Jen,
Cover up my
Jen,
disgusting
Jen,
cuts on my face.
Jen, Jen,
What do I-
Jen,
Jen.
I like this.
This is what I want people to do at our show.
Yes.
All right, listen to me.